If you're over 60 and find yourself lying in bed, wide awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, you're not alone. For many older adults, falling asleep isn't the problem, it's staying asleep through the night. You may wake up every couple of hours, feel restless, or open your eyes in the morning already feeling drained. And after trying pills, supplements, or nighttime teas that only work once in a while, it's easy to wonder if this is just how aging works. But here's the thing, not all sleep trouble is permanent, and not every solution comes in a bottle. Sometimes the simplest answers are right in front of us, like a lemon on your kitchen counter. This isn't a miracle cure, but research and real-world experiences suggest that lemon, when used in a few specific ways, can gently support the body's ability to relax, reduce nighttime stress, and ease you back into deeper rest. It's safe, easy, and accessible. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 simple ways to use lemon at night. No pressure, no products. Just something small you can try this week to help your body wind down and your nights feel a little more restful. Part 1. Smelling lemon before bed. Most people don't realize that what you smell before bed can change how you sleep, but it makes sense when you think about it. Our sense of smell is closely linked to the part of the brain that handles memory, emotion, and rest. It's one of the fastest ways to send a message to the nervous system, faster than touch, faster than sound. That's why certain scents, especially natural ones, can influence how calm or restless we feel. And lemon is one of those scents that speaks quietly but powerfully to the body. If you've been tossing and turning at night, unable to get your mind to slow down, inhaling lemon before bed might be worth trying. It's not magic, it's not a cure-all, but it's something small you can do tonight that gently signals to your brain, it's okay to let go now. For many people, especially those who don't want to rely on pills or wake up groggy from sleep aids, this is a welcome alternative. It's simple, safe, and easy to make a habit. Lemon essential oil contains 2 key natural compounds, limonene and citral. These aren't fancy words you need to remember, but they matter. Both have been studied for their calming effects. They help reduce cortisol, the hormone that keeps us alert and anxious, and increase serotonin, the chemical linked to calm and contentment. In short, when you breathe in the scent of lemon, your brain starts shifting gears from alert to relaxed. So how do you use lemon for this? The easiest way is to use a diffuser. If you have a small essential oil diffuser, simply add 3 to 5 drops of pure lemon essential oil to the water tank, turn it on about 15 to 20 minutes before bedtime, and let the scent fill the room as you begin to unwind. You don't need anything fancy. Even a basic, affordable diffuser can do the job. What matters more is the consistency, doing it each night to create a calming routine. But let's say you don't have a diffuser or you're not sure about using one. There are other easy options. You can boil a bowl of water, place it safely on a nightstand, and add a few drops of lemon essential oil. The steam will carry the scent gently through the room. Some people prefer to place a drop or 2 on their pillow corners or bed sheets. Just make sure it's a real, undiluted essential oil, no synthetic fragrances, as those can be irritating, especially for sensitive lungs. Another deeply relaxing method is to mix a few drops of lemon oil with a carrier oil like olive oil or coconut oil, then gently massage it onto your neck, shoulders, or feet before bed. This not only releases the scent, but also helps with tension in the body. For many older adults who carry stress in their shoulders or experience tightness in their legs or lower back at night, this kind of self-massage adds an extra layer of relief. Why does this matter? Because good sleep doesn't begin the moment your head hits the pillow. It begins earlier, with how your body feels, how safe and relaxed your environment is, and how gently you allow your mind to slow down. Smelling lemon isn't about forcing sleep. It's about creating the conditions for rest to arrive naturally. There's also a quiet emotional comfort to scent. The smell of lemon often reminds people of clean kitchens, warm days, or a time when things felt simpler. That familiarity matters. In a world that often feels rushed or overwhelming, this small sensory cue can anchor you. It tells your brain and body, you're safe here, you can let go now. Of course, this isn't a prescription. If you live with chronic insomnia or complex sleep disorders, it's important to speak with your doctor. But for the kind of restlessness that comes with age, with overthinking, with simply needing a new rhythm, lemon might just be the gentle nudge your nights have been missing. Try it for 3 nights in a row. Choose the method that feels easiest. Maybe it's the diffuser, maybe it's a drop on your pillow, or maybe you light a candle in the next room while you sip warm tea. Whatever you choose, do it not as a task, but as a kindness to yourself. This is your time. Your body deserves rest, and sometimes it just needs a softer signal to find its way there. In a few minutes, I'll show you the second way lemon can support better sleep without even touching it. But first, if you're thinking of giving this scent ritual a try tonight, just start small. 1 drop, 1 breath, 1 quiet evening. That's often all it takes to begin again. Part 2: Lemon and salt in your room. Sometimes it's not just what's happening inside your body that keeps you from sleeping. It's what's happening around you, the feeling in the room, the air you breathe, even the energy of the space itself. And after 60, many people become more sensitive to these things without even realizing it. The air might feel heavier. The room might feel stale even when the windows are open. Something just feels off and your body can't fully relax. This is where something as simple as lemon and salt can make a real difference. For generations, people across cultures have used lemon and salt to freshen the air, absorb unwanted moisture, and calm the space around them. But more than just folk wisdom, there's a natural science behind it. Lemons contain compounds that help purify the air and create a clean, crisp scent. Salt, especially coarse salt, naturally absorbs humidity, bacteria, and odors in the room. When combined, they become a quiet filter for your space, clearing out what you don't need and making room for calm. Here's how to use them. Take 3 fresh lemons and cut each one into quarters, but don't slice all the way through. Keep the lemon in its whole shape, just gently open like a blooming flower. Then sprinkle coarse salt into the spaces between the slices. Sea salt or kosher salt work well. Place the lemons on a small dish or shallow bowl and set it on your nightstand, under your bed, or in a corner near where you sleep. That's it, no plug-in, no device, just fruit and salt doing quiet work while you rest. Within a night or two, many people notice something subtle. The room feels lighter. The air smells cleaner. Some say they breathe more easily. Others say their thoughts feel less tangled, like the room itself is helping them quiet down. It may sound small, but these shifts matter, especially when your nervous system is looking for signals that it's safe to let go. Some even believe this lemon and salt combination helps absorb negative energy or emotional tension that builds up in our living spaces. Whether or not you believe in energy in a spiritual sense, most people know what it feels like when a room carries stress. After an argument, a difficult day, or a week of poor sleep. This ritual doesn't fix everything, but it does offer a reset. A simple way to freshen your space without effort and invite in a sense of peace before bedtime. To keep the effect, it's best to replace the lemons every 2 or 3 days. You'll know when it's time. The scent fades and the salt may start to change color. When that happens, just make a new batch. It takes 2 minutes, and for many people it becomes part of their weekly rhythm, like making the bed or brewing a cup of tea. There's something deeply comforting about this practice. It's tactile, natural, and quiet. You're not trying to force sleep. You're creating the right conditions for it to come gently. You're reminding your body that it's okay to relax now, that this room is a safe place to rest. If sleep has felt distant or difficult lately, consider this your invitation to start small. Not with another supplement, not with another app, but with something familiar. A lemon, a handful of salt, a bowl beside your bed, no pressure, just presence. In the next section, I'll share a third way lemon can help, this time from the inside out. But for now, if you've been needing a way to clear the air, both literally and emotionally, let this be your beginning. Clean space, clear breath, calmer nights, that's a good place to start. Part 3: A warm lemon honey drink. Sometimes it's not your mind that keeps you up, it's your body. Maybe it's bloating after dinner. Maybe your muscles feel tight, or maybe your blood sugar dips too low in the middle of the night, causing you to wake up without even knowing why. That's why what you drink before bed matters. And for something so simple, a warm lemon honey drink can be surprisingly effective. This isn't a trendy detox or a miracle cure. It's a gentle bedtime habit that has been used for generations because it works. Warm water relaxes your system. Lemon supports digestion. Honey helps keep your blood sugar steady through the night. Together they become more than just a drink, they become a signal to your body that it's time to rest. Let's break it down. As we age, our digestion slows. Food takes longer to process, and that discomfort can linger into bedtime, especially if we've eaten a late dinner or something heavy. Lemon, even in small amounts, helps balance the digestive system. It's rich in vitamin C, has light detoxifying effects, and helps reduce bloating. It doesn't cleanse your body in any extreme way, it just supports the natural processes your body is already doing. And that support matters at night. Honey plays a different role. Many people don't realize that sudden dips in blood sugar during the night can trigger light awakenings. You may not remember them, but your body does. Honey in small amounts helps maintain blood sugar balance overnight, giving your brain the steady energy it needs to stay asleep without interruption. It also encourages your body to release melatonin naturally, which is key to falling asleep and staying there. So how do you make this drink? It's simple. Heat 4 to 5 ounces of water, not too hot, just warm to the touch, around 100 to 120 degrees F. Stir in 1 teaspoon of raw or pure honey until it dissolves. Then squeeze in the juice from 1/4 of a fresh lemon. Stir gently and sip slowly. The best time to drink it is about 45 minutes before bed. That gives your body time to process the liquid and avoid waking up for a bathroom trip too soon after. This drink is not about instant results. It's about creating rhythm. Drinking it every night builds a message in your body. This is the moment we start winding down. Over time, that rhythm becomes familiar, and familiarity breeds calm. Now, it's important to know when to skip it. If you have a sensitive stomach, active acid reflux, a history of ulcers, or very sensitive teeth, you might want to leave out the lemon or skip this drink altogether. A warm cup of plain water or just honey water may still offer comfort without the acidity. Always listen to what your body tells you. The beauty of this ritual is that it asks nothing of you except a few minutes and a little presence. No screens, no noise, just standing quietly at the counter, preparing something with your hands. That in itself is therapeutic. It brings you back into your body, back into the moment. And for many people, especially those who live alone or feel disconnected from a nighttime routine, this can be grounding in a powerful way. One viewer once told me that small cup of lemon honey water became the only quiet I had in my day, and somehow that quiet stayed with me until morning. That's the real gift here, not just the drink, but the space it opens up for you to slow down, breathe, and meet your body where it is without judgment. If you try it tonight, don't expect fireworks. Just notice how your chest softens, how your belly feels warmer, how your breath moves more slowly. That's sleep getting closer, one sip at a time. In the next part, we'll talk about how to turn these small rituals into lasting habits without pressure. But for now, if you've been looking for something gentle and grounding to end your day, this drink might just be the quiet moment your body has been asking for. Part 4, just one small habit each night. If there's one thing sleep teaches us with age, it's that consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need a perfect routine or a shelf full of supplements. What your body craves is something simple, done with care night after night. And the truth is, just one small habit can make a difference. Maybe it's turning on your lemon diffuser while brushing your teeth. Maybe it's placing a fresh bowl of lemon and salt beside your bed. Maybe it's warming a small cup of lemon honey water while the house quiets down. Whichever one you choose, what matters most is that it becomes yours, a cue your body can rely on, a sign that sleep is welcome again. The reason this matters isn't just physical, it's emotional. As we age, sleep becomes less automatic. Our bodies go through changes, hormones shift, thoughts become louder at night. But routines, even the softest ones, help signal to your nervous system that it's time to step out of alert mode. And that message, repeated nightly, slowly rewires how you experience rest. You don't need to do all 3 methods. In fact, don't try to. Start with the one that feels the most natural, the one you'll look forward to, the one that brings you a moment of calm, and if it feels right later, add another, but never because you should, only because you want to. There's quiet power in honoring your sleep, not fixing it, not controlling it, but supporting it like you would a dear friend. When we treat rest as something we deserve, not something we have to earn, our entire relationship with sleep begins to change. So tonight, pick just one thing, set the lemon by your bed, turn on the diffuser, sip your warm drink slowly, let that be enough. That's how habits grow. That's how nights begin to soften. That's how your body remembers what rest feels like. And you, more than anyone, deserve that kind of rest. Final, as we've explored in this video, better sleep doesn't always begin with something big. It begins with small things, things within reach. A quiet scent in the air, a lemon placed beside the bed, a warm drink held between your hands. These simple moments may not seem like much, but they send powerful signals to the body and mind. It's safe now, you can rest. Lemon, in its many forms, isn't a miracle cure. It's not meant to replace medical advice or promise perfect sleep, but it can offer a pathway back to balance. Its natural compounds gently calm the nervous system, support digestion, and clear the air both literally and emotionally. And when used consistently, these small practices invite your body back into its own natural rhythm. You've carried a lot over the years, responsibilities, memories, worries that sometimes follow you into the night. If sleep has been hard, it's not your fault, it's not weakness. It's simply your body asking for a new kind of support. And sometimes the most effective support is the quietest kind. So whether you choose to breathe in lemon's calming scent, refresh your space with lemon and salt, or sip a warm lemon honey drink before bed, I hope you'll do it with kindness, not pressure. Not as a task to fix something, but as an act of care, because you deserve that. Thank you for spending this time with me. I know your attention is valuable and your trust means even more. Wherever you are tonight, I hope your room feels a little softer, your breath a little slower, and your sleep a little closer. Take care, sleep well, you've earned it.